can't believe what I'm about to tell you. This is crazy that this stuff is happening, and we're just walking along. The world's just walking along and doesn't even know what's going on. Remember, we talked about how Positive ID bought Steel Vault and then put an RFID chip. For the first time ever, you can now buy or sell in an RFID chip. It's our #1 video on YouTube. It's got, like, I think at the time we're shooting this, 70,000 views or something like that. But we talked about that recently, and now look at what Facebook did just recently at a conference and how they're using an RFID chip. Look at this story, dude. Here it is. Developers attending today's Facebook conference, F8, are being issued RFID badges integrated with their Facebook profiles for clocking into site locations, tracking everyone, everywhere. The details come from All Facebook, which reports that Facebook is being atypically opaque about the data gathered from radio frequency identification tags. But given the experimental nature of the service, that's unsurprising. The point of the conference is to inspire people to create applications, not to find their limits. Dude, what if we start seeing all these applications that come out that you have to have an RFID chip to participate in the app? I'm just saying, that's the purpose of this conference that they're having with what? Facebook. And who's got a Facebook account? Everybody's got a Facebook account. Let's continue reading on. Here we have the tags are short range. So delegates have to make an active effort to have the tags scanned, but doing so will automatically sign them up for to a related Facebook group, record their presence for plotting on a wall screen in the main hall. Oh my gosh, dude, talk about tracking people. Connecting the identity to a Facebook profile opens up all sorts of opportunities for linking the online network with the real world and for Facebook to gather yet more information about its users. If you think that it's just Facebook that's doing this, everyone does. Google does this. YouTube does this. Facebook now is just more open about it than the rest of them. But the point is, you have an RFID chip that now is being linked to you, your personal profile on Facebook. So we have an RFID chip for the first time ever. You can now have buying and selling in that RFID chip. With Positive ID has bought Steel Vault. Now we have Facebook and an RFID chip connecting it to your personal profile. Your personal profile, your credit, your accounts, your money, you. Wow. And I want to tell you something. The Bible says to us, and don't run off just because I say the Bible. The Bible says that there will be an economic ultimatum that will be digitized, essentially. How you get the whole world to buy or sell without, how is it going to happen? That's the move. Look at the trends. The trends are curving that way of RFID chip, tracking, putting everything on a chip, buying and selling. I mean, we talked about all these things before. I'm just telling you, that's where the trend is at. So, the Bible says this in Revelation chapter 13, 15 through 18, talks about the mark of the beast, this enormous prophecy that all of us are going to be soon faced with. I used to at one point believe that I won't be here to see this, but after seeing articles like this where they're putting Facebook profiles together with RFID chips, and we know they're already putting RFID chips together with your money. We reported on it right here on the camera.
It's the right thing to do, and then, as you well know, John, this is where the national registry becomes so important, because what you have is individual states, they may have a database, but if they're not sharing it with the state next door, you've got a guy from Illinois driving over into Indiana, and they're not talking to each other, and so making sure that not only are we getting these DNA tests done state by state, but then nationally, everybody's talking to each other. That's how we make sure that we continue to tighten the grip around folks who have perpetrated these crimes.
I'm going to tell you something. Power is knowledge, and the lack of it is death.
Bringing the virtual world of Facebook into the real world of the village. Every village guest received a wristband holding an RFID microchip that contained their Facebook username and password. On each village attraction, we attached an RFID microchip capable of collecting the user's data and sending it directly back to Facebook, creating a real-time sharing experience for the guests with their Facebook friends. The teenagers, full of excitement, used the wristband non-stop. In addition, the wristband was also used to auto-tag the teenagers in pictures that were uploaded to Facebook online. The experience moved from the world of Facebook into the real world and returned to the virtual